Jordan, who was on track to race in the 100-metre sprint in the 2020 Summer Olympics, but sneezed a little too hard, was spotted by the officials, challenged as an actual athlete, and were promptly and politely asked to get the f*** off the track.
Jim Davidson?
No, two guys. What? Hello, and welcome to episode 58 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where the only running joke is that the host can't run. My name is Ian, and this guy is Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Which one of us can't run, or is it just both of us?
Just both of us, mate.
Yeah. I prefer the whole roll.
I just prefer my sofa or bed.
Yeah. Any lack of movement.
Any comfortable place where my bottom can be placed.
Oh, that's lovely. It's very poetic.
Did that rhyme? Oh, no, wait, it's the same word, isn't it? Place and placed. I'm not with it today. Right, I've had a hard day, okay? Don't pick up on it.
You've had 2 weeks off. What are you on about?
I have. I'm back to work tomorrow, and my head is just not with it. I need to be up at 7 o'clock tomorrow. It's not as if I'm not used to getting up at that time, because I have been doing it to get my eldest to school.
Yeah.
But it's just like, the thought of having to go and do an 11-hour shift tomorrow.
Is that all?
I don't know what to do. I feel like crying.
Amateur.
You go do it for me then, pal.
No, I'm joking. I'll really feel for you.
Thank you.
While I'm enjoying playing a gig in the afternoon.
Oh, is that what you're doing, is it?
It is.
So not only do you get to do what you love, you also get to make money while doing it.
Yes.
And I have to go to work.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Just keep rubbing it in, mate.
I do apologise. I mean, hey, one day that could be for you as well.
I highly doubt it. I'm past my prime.
They say what you imagine is what can be manifested. So, if you're like, no, never.
I think what they actually say is give up on your dreams. You'll never make it, you fat shit.
Oh, okay. Or was that like a more personalised quote for you?
Yeah.
Right.
I sent off to Mystic Meg or something like that in the newspapers, and it's got a personal reading back just saying, just give up, mate.
Yeah.
See them dreams of yours, write them down. I was like, yeah, try and manifest them in front of you. And when it doesn't happen, scrumple that paper up, chuck it in the bin, because you won't need that anymore.
You could at least have a bit of fun with paper toss, if nothing else.
It's an app for that nowadays, mate. I don't need reality. I never played paper toss, but I am a fantastic tosser. So I think if I ever do have a go at it, I will just be instantly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, so many people say it in the street.
Yeah, I'm just walking down the street. Hey, tosser! Hey, buddy, how's it going? And everyone must love me.
Yeah.
They know I'm so good at throwing paper into bins that they just can't help shout it out at me in the middle of the day.
Good on you.
Thanks, buddy.
Not many people get that amount of recognition.
Hey, I have amounted to something.
Yeah. So you can go in tomorrow on your 11-hour shift with a new perked up feeling about yourself.
Yeah, I'll go with my head held high, paper in hand, just walk in. But, oh, Ian's back. Here he is. Like, where's the bin? I've got some tossing to do.
I didn't know you called your wife the bin.
Good God.
Moving on, shall we? I had a really busy week, and I even gigged on Thursday night, which is not a normal thing, and it really just threw my whole week off kilter, because I kept thinking on Thursday, oh, it's Friday night, I'm gigging.
Yeah.
And then I was really gutted when I realised that actually it's only Thursday.
And then you've got to still continue to gig. So not only do you get to do what you love and get paid for it, you also moan about it.
I'm a very British person, what can I say?
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to have the life you lead, Jordan. You're like, yeah, it's pretty good, but fucking hell, can I not be bothered with that? What a pain in the arse it is having to do this.
I know, how difficult. Oh, only thing that can make it worse is if I just recorded music for a living as well.
I know, wouldn't that be shit? And then, just to rub salt in the wound, if you won the lottery and then only had to do it for fun.
Oh, God, could you imagine?
Yeah, and then, you'd have to drive your fucking Rolls Royce to the gigs and find parking.
Oh, yeah.
What a pain.
And I'd have to decide which car I'm going to take out that night.
Of course, yeah. Maybe move one out of the way of one you want to get to.
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking hell.
That sounds horrendous. Are you able to cancel lottery tickets for next week?
I think if you just rip them up, it voids them. So, yeah. In fact, give it to me. I'll get it in the bin for you, mate, because I'm a fantastic tosser. I'll make sure it finds a bin.
Oh, you're such a good friend. I appreciate that.
You got it, pal.
Anyway, should we crack on?
Yes, I know, not, mate. What have you got coming up for us today, Jordan?
Oh, it's gone back to the auto-tune stuff. Like it.
Sometimes I just like to dig deep into the past and just relive some old fun memories. It's all I have left these days.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. So, today, a bit of an odd one, because I came across multiple threads online about the weirdest Google autocomplete suggestions.
Okay.
And it sent me down like a bit of a rabbit hole, and some of them are fucking weird. So I've compiled a whole list of them. I will share with you.
Can you give an example? Just 'cause I'm not quite 100% sure what you mean.
Okay, I'll give you one that I removed from my list.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Should I say it? I'll say it. Okay. The search was cats like, and then Google suggested what the rest of the sentence would be.
Right, okay.
And the top search was cats like Hitler.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Along with cats like tigers and cats like Bleach and cats like Marmite.
What?
But cats like Hitler, as well as cats like Felix, which I'm assuming is the food.
It must be.
So that's the kind of thing.
Did the curiosity get the better of you and you just be like, I have to see what that search actually brings up? Like, did you look at any of these?
That's a really good point. No, I actually haven't gone as far as actually searching those things.
Type it in, cats like Hitler.
I don't know what it should mean.
Oh, that's not even a fucking sentence, is it, really? I mean,
it is a sentence.
Well, it is a sentence. It's an amalgamation of words. But in what conversation could those three words be put together? It's like, tell me something that I don't know. Cats like Hitler. That works. But, you know, like, what do you need from the shops today? Cats like Hitler. Doesn't work. In what world does that make sense?
Yes, I know that. You could say that about a lot of things out of context.
Yeah, but those specific three words will not work in a lot more than anything else, I'm sure. Like, if I said to you, pie and beans, that is something that could work in so many sentences, so many conversations. But those three words, cats like Hitler...
Well, one that wouldn't is, hi, Ian, how are you? Pie and beans.
I could have just misheard you and thought you said, what do you want for tea?
I'll ring up the doctors for you and get you an appointment.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. For my pie and beans addiction, yeah?
Maybe you just got pie and beans too far shoved in your ear holes.
All I'm saying is, right, pie and beans could be the answer to a lot of different questions, a lot of different sentences. What did you get from the chippy? What do you want for your tea? What did you have for tea last week?
Who's your favourite child?
We said we'd never bring up the names of my children on the podcast, Jordan. All I'm saying is, right, what sentence could you ask other than something like, give me three random words together that would elicit the answer of cats like Hitler?
Hey, listen, look, I'm just telling you, don't shoot the messenger.
All right, fine. The pistol has been put down. You're safe.
I appreciate that.
You're all right.
Christ, if this is what it's going to be like for every one of these, me, we're in for a long episode.
I can't wait.
Anyway, what about yourself today, Ian? What have you got for us?
Well, Jordan, today I have got quite the little tale for you. I'm going to be telling you and our lovely listeners about one of Britain's most popular creepers, Spring-heeled Jack. And I was surprised to hear that you've never heard of this gentleman. Well, I say gentleman, he's a dickhead. So I'll just make that very clear. But you've never heard of him?
No, not until you'd said anything, and I've not bothered looking it up, so I'm none the wiser all the same.
Fantastic. When I first learnt about Spring-heeled Jack, right, you know, this creeper that could jump really far, and that's about it. He sort of did some stuff around the streets of London. But after doing some research into him, he was actually a massive fucking asshole, like a giant dick.
Okay. Normally a giant dick is what people wish for.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told by my wife that's not what she wants.
Fucking lucky.
Yeah, she does kind of look off into space when she says it. With a little bit of a
bit of drool.
A bit of waver in her voice, like, no, that's not what I want. I'm happy with you, Ian.
You're perfect. With your
little pecker.
Pie and beans.
Sometimes I think she is so happy to hear me coming home because I walk in from work and I can hear her in the bedroom shouting, "It's so big, it's so big. Come in, come in." You know, and I'm just like, oh, my darling wife is happy to hear me home. And then for some reason the upstairs window slams.
Oh.
And my wife's already waiting in bed.
Oh, I think that's super nice of her.
Yeah.
It's really kind, especially for her to shut the window so promptly to not make you really cold.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And she buys me new clothes all the time. Some don't fit me.
Right.
New boxers, oddly, with extra, room in the front.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's a bit unfortunate.
I was like, darling, you know I don't need these. Silly. She's like, I'll return these to Bill. Next.
Rather when she says next one comes in.
Yeah. So, am I in already? Get out, Steve.
I'm at JD Sports.
Some guy called JD. Yeah, I'm here. Ready and willing. You know.
And TK.
H and M.
Perfect. Oh dear. Yeah, but that's not what I was expecting you to say. That's brilliant.
Me neither. I don't came out of nowhere.
Love it.
Anyway, let's just jump into this springy bastard, shall we?
Please.
In the long history of supernatural creepers making their mark on humanity, few come close to matching the widespread terror associated with the notorious Spring-Heeled Jack, the ball bag that struck fear in the hearts of every man, woman, child, dog, gerbil, etc. in Victorian England. And unfortunately, being the creeper that he was, favoured women as his victims.
Ah, okay.
Bit of a massive asshole.
Right.
We all know the famous Jack that terrorised London. He was a real-life shitbag, killing people and causing fear all over the place. It is the Ripper, in case you're wondering there, Jordan. But Spring-Heeled Jack seemed to be more of the supernatural variety of shitbag, who scared people in other ways. And where no one knew what the Ripper looked like, people were all too familiar with the Spring-Heeled one, as hundreds of frightened citizens claimed to have been victims of or witnessed the antics of the bugger. And while he did predominantly prowl the streets of London, the spooky jumper was also said to have been spotted all around England and as far north as Scotland.
Interesting. And the fact as well that they're both named Jack.
Yeah, kind of weird. It's like they've just got a bit of an affinity for the name. It's like, oh god, there's another murderer on the streets. What should we call this one? It's like lazy writing. I don't know. Bastard Jack. Yeah, that'll do. Oh god, they've got some guy who's going around stealing people's fish. What should we call this one? Fishy Jack. Yeah, that'll do.
Stinky Jack, more right.
Stinky Jack, yeah. You'll know which one he is because he just reeks all the time.
Pongy.
Pongy.
Pongy Jack.
Poggy Jack. So the poor people who had the misfortune of running into Jack would describe that he was dressed all in black with pointed ears, more creature than man who laughed in the face of all attempts at capture, evading all that tried to halt him by using his unnatural power likened to that of a bodybuilder with a 24-hour memory reset who wakes up every morning thinking it's leg day and using that crazy amassed leg strength to leap impossible distances in a single bound.
Okay, interesting. So it's a bit like a bit of a superhero.
Absolutely not. Complete opposite. He's like a supervillain. He's a bastard.
Yeah, well, okay, fair enough. Maybe in his own little imagination he's the hero.
Wait until you hear what he gets up to, and then I'll let you reevaluate that, shall we?
Okay.
London, England, 1837. The creeper made his presence known for the first time. Some people were casually crossing a common in southwest London when all of a sudden they witnessed a spooky bastard flying through the air in great leaps. And that was it. But soon after, the attacks began. There were 4 reported in the first year, with 3 of them being reported by women. First victim, named Polly Adams, had the top of her dress ripped off and was scratched on the belly by what she described as clawed fingers that felt like cold and hard iron.
Ugh, like little salad fingers?
No, he's got salady fingers. This guy's got Wolverine claws.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So he's a superhero.
No. Later in that year, one cold and crisp autumn evening, a businessman was walking home after a long, hard day at work. Feeling full-on knackered, he couldn't be bothered taking his usual long trudge home and thought, fuck it, I'll take a shortcut, which just so happened to take him through a local cemetery. As he was sauntering through, enjoying his shortened distance, suddenly, it happened. He said he encountered a tall, shadowy figure standing on the other side of the railing as he was walking past. The bastard vaulted over the tall railings, landing with a heavy thud right in front of our cemetery wanderer, who naturally turned and fled. When reporting the encounter, he claimed that whatever the fuck it was had red glowing eyes, pointed nose and ears. The description sounds familiar though, wouldn't you say, Jordan?
Yeah, well, allegedly.
No, definitely.
Well, you don't know, he might have a little family.
I was there.
You quite spring-heeled, are you?
I ain't saying nothing on that. Retract that line of questioning, please, Jordan. Cheers, pal. You're a good guy.
Ah, you're welcome.
That's why you're safe from my irony claws.
What?
Nothing. I said, I can't wait to see your dog in his paws.
Okay, right.
I just love them paws.
He doesn't love you.
They're getting there.
Slowly.
The following night, a figure of that same description appeared to 3 women in that very same area. Just like the previous night, he made his appearance by casually and effortlessly springing into view from behind the railings, landing in front of them. Terrified, they also ran, but the poor, slowest of the trio was grabbed by the leapy dickhead, who pawed at her breasts, ripping her clothes in the process. She collapsed in fear and was later found unconscious by local police, and gave that account that we just heard.
Okay, so I'm retracting superhero idea.
I thought you might, because as I've stated, he's a full-on dick. But what made these attacks different from many other assaults being committed on the streets of London at the time was the downright terrifying appearance of the culprit. Time and time again, descriptions were repeated. He was tall, thin, wearing a dark cloak and tight-fitting clothes.
Were they also bought at TK Maxx?
Said to wear a weird helmet and had some kind of lantern strapped to his chest.
Oh, what about JD Sports?
He had the ability to breathe blue fire from his mouth into the faces of victims in an attempt to blind and disorientate.
Ah, no, it must have been Matalan.
He had pointed ears, pointed nose, glowing red eyes, and with the as mentioned reason behind his name, the bizarre ability to jump like a champ, running away or catching him in a chase were impossible. He was the spooky leg king.
Could have been M&S.
I'm sorry, what were you trying to say?
Oh, nothing. No, just thinking out loud.
You got something you wanna ask me there, Jordan?
Sorry, did you say something?
I was trying to tell the story, and you were talking about your next clothes order or something.
Oh no, yeah, I was just trying to find where he got all his attire from because he sounds
quite kitted out.
Yeah.
I don't know where sells chest lamps or spooky cloaks or head helmets.
I mean, how useful is that though? Especially when the Dark Knights are here.
Well, I mean, they're on the way out now, aren't they? So, and I mean, nowadays we've all got fucking phones with torches on, so we're all good.
Yeah, no, but then that is one hand taken up.
Well, no, just sellotape it to your chest.
Yeah, no, but then you can't use it.
Apple Watch, AirPods. Do you live in the Stone Age?
Great for lights. Oh, I see. You were talking about communication needs, weren't you? What if I wanted to watch a video?
Don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just don't bother.
Yeah, just wait till you get home.
Sounds painful as well, though, because when you rip that off...
I mean, wouldn't it be, stuck to your clothes? Not your actual chest.
Well, I don't know. It depends if it's a warm breeze that night.
Yeah, it's not going to do much good if you strap it to your chest and then put your T-shirt over it. And I mean, if it's a dark night, it's probably going to be winter. So, you'd have a hoodie, then a coat. So you'd kind of lose all functionality.
Just wasting my battery, aren't I, at this point?
Absolutely.
I see the flaw.
A woman named Mary Stevens was walking down a street delightfully named Cutthroat Lane in London.
Oh, God.
Yeah, call it something else.
Was it like where all barbershops were or something? I don't know.
Possibly. That's a very good point. I didn't think of that. In my head, I just had a lovely new build, a lovely little community for families to come and live in. What should we call this street? I don't know, Murder Lane?
It's not really something for the tourist board, is it?
Come to our wonderful town and visit Stabbed to Death Road.
Where people do as they say.
So as she was walking down this delightfully named road, she was confronted by, you guessed it, a tall figure dressed in black who lunged from the darkness and grabbed hold of her. He began slobbering all over the poor lass's face, seemingly in an attempt to kiss her on the lips, but not only that, as we heard before, the creepy bastard was also, again, groping at her breasts.
Jesus.
She screamed, which sent the asshole fleeing off back into the darkness before some people, alerted by her screams of terror, came to her aid. But unfortunately, the ghastly dickhead had gotten away. In the cold February of 1838, 18-year-old Lucy Scales was unfortunate enough to run into the shit and become Jack's next victim. That's hard to say.
Is that speech jamming still working on you or something?
Yeah, it's just been the same ever since, mate. I haven't been able to shake it.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
Yeah. Not that you can tell any difference, really.
When you're talking to people at work.
One evening, around 8:30pm, Jane and her sister Margaret were walking home after a delightful visit to see their brother. They were walking toward an alley called Green Dragon Alley. Lucy was slightly in front and reached the entrance first, but as she rounded the corner, some wanker, I'll let you guess who, wearing a cloak, met her coming the other way and spat a ball of blue fire straight into the poor lass's face.
What the fuck?
She fell backwards, falling into a violent fit. Springy Boy then leapt clear over her standing sister's head onto a roof. The brother heard the screams and came out to try and fight off the shit, but unfortunately, again, he had already picked off into the darkness. The sister said he was tall, thin, somewhat of a gentlemanly appearance, dark cloak, chest adorned with a small lamp, and a strange added detail that the chest lamp also put out a strange mist, and maybe weirdly of all, he stayed completely silent throughout the entire attack.
Jesus, that sounds horrendous.
It's f***ing weird. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah. And can I say as well, I think this whole chest lamp idea seems really null and void when it's full of mist, because he's not really going to see very well.
Well, I mean, maybe he's got, paranormal vision. Maybe he's just trying to set a spooky air around him, a little creepy atmosphere.
Possibly. Unless it's just malfunctioning, and it's like, fucking shit.
Yeah, he's just on fire.
Fucking hops away.
Lamps are connected to his feet. That's what powers him.
Oh, right.
One's broken and he's just hopping off.
Yeah, what people don't realise, they said lantern, but they didn't realise he was actually from the future and he's just got an iPhone strapped to his chest.
It's you.
Excuse me?
You with your fucking iPhone. You were going on about it.
I never said it was me.
I'm connecting the dots.
Well, you've got an iPhone.
Wouldn't dare, mate. Android all the way.
You take that back.
I can't say that. So, one final story for you, Jordan. One ominous evening, the tranquility of the Alsop household was shattered by the frantic ringing of the doorbell. 18-year-old Jane Alsop hurried to the front door, wondering just who the f*** was calling so late. As she opened the door and peered into the darkness, she spied a mysterious figure lurking just out of the light's reach at their garden gate. She shouted,
"Who the fuck's that?"
To her astonishment, the shaded figure shouted back,
"I'm a copper. Got any candles, you mug?"
Because, fuck me, Jordan, they've done it. They've just gone and caught the infamous Spring-Heeled Jack, the biggest wanker in all of London's streets. Jane didn't really believe in the tales of this jumping bean wannabe, but wanted to assist the police, so she fetched a candle and ventured out of her safety to assist the purported officer. As she approached the gate, she handed it over, and wouldn't you know it, the figure snatched it from her, lobbed off his cape, revealing a grotesque face, blasting blue and white flames from the depth of its springy gob, eyes ablaze like fiery orbs. Jane recoiled. The metallic claws that adorned his hand seized Jane by her dress and the back of her neck. Frantically, she struggled, her heart pounding with terror as she fought to break free. As the fiend continuously and mercilessly tore at her garments and flesh, Jane broke free and ran for her home, but her assailant's relentless attack was not over. He caught up to her just moments from safety. Its claws again found its purchase and continued clawing at the poor girl's skin and clothes. So it sounds pretty fucking harrowing.
Yeah, decided. Definitely not a superhero.
I'm glad you're finally on our side, Jordan.
Took a while, but I'm there.
You're like one of them cats. They like Hitler. You like Spring-Heeled Jack.
I also like Felix.
But Jane's saviour appeared in their doorway. Her sister, who I can only imagine shouted something to the effect of,
"Get your downright dirty fucking clothes off my sister, you dickhead!"
But whatever she said, it worked. He f***ed off, but left poor Jane shaking and sore and up for the rest of the night, understandably terrified. But Spring-Heeled Jack did not stop there. There are many more stories. One says that he even went on to commit murder, truly living up to his name as a spring-heeled bag of dicks. The whole country was pissed off and he needed stopping, but no one could get close to him. He was unapprehendable. People were so scared to venture out at night, and understandably, even the murder that I mentioned a second ago was committed in broad daylight apparently. So it really did seem that no one, nowhere, and no time was safe. So what was he, Jordan? Was he paranormal or not? Come on, you've got all the info. You should have worked it out by now.
I guess so. Or he's just very athletic.
I think jumping from ground level to a roof is not really within the realms of athleticism. I would say that's more paranormal.
Yeah, you could argue that.
And I am.
But, I mean, he might literally have springs in his heels.
To be honest, I didn't put it in, but some people, very few reports, did actually say that they thought they saw some kind of apparatus attached to him.
There you go. No longer quite as paranormal as you thought.
Well, I decided to leave that out because I thought that the fact that he could breathe blue fire, had orb eyes, and big clawed hands was a little bit more of the spooky side of things.
Well, now you put it that way.
I didn't want to muddy the water with any of this, maybe, fucking looking at it from the other side kind of shit, because, I'm all about the spooks.
Yeah, okay, I'll probably say that does sound very paranormal, actually. It's certainly not normal, is it?
No, God, no. That is a very good point. We don't need to look at the word paranormal meaning ghosts or creatures. It just does mean outside of the norm.
Yes, or abnormal.
But it was speculated that the true identity of Jack was the Marquis of Waterford, a young Irish nobleman nicknamed the Mad Marquis because of his eccentric behaviour and cruel humour. This came about because, much like the Alsop ordeal, the creature had once knocked at a door, asked for the master of the house, but before the servant who answered the door turned away, the creeper had stepped into the light and the servant got a good look at his clothes and thought they observed a W. They screamed, people came, the git fled, but it was later found that the letter W didn't even feature in the crest of the Marquis' family, and it was later mega confirmed to be a daft idea, because after the Marquis died in 1859, the sightings and attacks from Jack continued.
Jesus, he doesn't let up, does he?
No, no. You wait until you hear where it ends, because it's crazy, and it's coming up now.
Okay.
So, Jordan, we happily come to the end of the story. Spring-heeled Jack was reportedly last seen in 1904 in Everton in Liverpool, and it seems that time really had driven our bouncy antagonist mad, because he was reported to just be jumping up and down the streets, leaping from the cobbles to the rooftops and back again. When some bystanders attempted to corner and stop the bugger, he picked off into the darkness for the last time and has not been seen since.
Okay.
So that is the story of the infamous spring-heeled fuckface.
That's the official tail name, isn't it?
That's his official name, but they couldn't put that in newspapers because of the swear word.
Oh,
so they just had to change it to Jack.
I mean, they've not heard of asterisks.
Don't think they had them back then. They weren't invented, were they?
They weren't invented?
Yeah, even on the iPhone -8, if you press the little control button, there was no asterisk on the keyboard.
Fair enough, yeah. They didn't even have the acronym for LOL.
No, no.
Idiots.
I think it was IAPMSLATJ, which stood for I am p***ing myself laughing at that joke.
Okay, brilliant, yeah. The fact that you know that,
Don't they?
Ian.
Don't you be throwing about accusations here, Jordan.
Yeah, you're jumping to conclusions now.
Well, your name begins with J. What's her name? It's like Jack but not Jordan. That'll do. Yeah. I'll go and make my new life up north somewhere.
Yeah, because, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be someone like yourself who thought, you know what, I'm going to go for a totally different letter of the alphabet and call my name from that. And also, it's the same amount of letters.
Shit, I didn't think you'd pick up on that.
No, I don't think you are the fuckface Jack.
Thank you. And I don't think you are either.
Good. I mean, cheers.
Imagine you sat there rubbing your hands. Good.
Yeah, creepy, weird story.
Yeah.
Never, ever heard of that.
I'm very surprised. I mean, he was very, very popular.
It sounds super fake.
So what do you mean super fake? Well, I mean, to be honest, it does sound a bit more of the kiddish side of the cryptid world. So if he was fake, that's probably for the best.
So these counts that you're saying, it's not just like folklore. Are these actual, genuine things people have said?
Yeah, actual accounts.
That is weird.
I didn't just make them up.
I wasn't suggesting that.
I didn't just sit up for 5 hours last night writing a ton of stories, inventing a character called Spring-heeled Jack.
That's why I never heard of him. Yeah, that's creepy as shit, though.
Yeah, super weird.
But also quite violent.
Yeah, right from the get-go. I mean, I just thought it was, like a Bigfoot sort of character. You see him here and there. He does some cool, like, creepy paranormal stuff, like, in his case, jumping from building to building.
Oh, yeah, cool, Ian, yeah.
No, that's what I mean. I thought he did some cool stuff, just doing some, like, oh, I'm going to jump over here, I'm going to jump over there. And then it turns out when I looked into it that it's like a kind of case of a never meet your heroes, because they just turn out to be utter fucking wankers.
I wouldn't have thought it would be a hero to anyone anyway.
Well, people are interested in the paranormal. They might just think, oh, he's a cool character. But then they look into it and they look a little, look below the surface and he's a fucking utter shit.
I kind of hope that it isn't real, but I don't know what you'd put those stories and accounts to then.
Oh, well, I mean, there might have just been a group of people who were running around just being dickheads, with, like I said, the apparatus on the heels to be able to do something like that. I mean, the accounts might have been extrapolated.
Like Chinese whispers.
Yeah, exaggerated on, that kind of stuff.
Oh, love it. Yeah. How odd.
Really, yeah, super creepy. But yeah, so I want to hear some Google search terms.
Okay. Well, you're in luck, Ian.
Oh, yeah, I love it when you say that.
I was going to say it's a different to getting lucky, but I mean, in this case, they're both correct.
Can't remember the last time that happened.
Well, you've had to be a bit delicate, haven't you, since your procedure?
Very true. I'll put it down to that. Makes me able to sleep at night.
Whereas, your 2 weeks is almost up.
Yeah.
So, you can get back to it tomorrow.
Yeah, I can get back to crying myself to sleep.
All right, shall I give you some strange Google autocomplete suggestions?
Please do.
Okay. So in today's world, Google serves as your reliable friend, your confidant, and your secret ally. When you're feeling lost or uncertain about something, you can always turn to Google to have your back.
Oh, yeah. Google, I'm about to get beaten up.
Yeah.
Here's what I found on the web. F*** you, Google.
How can I avoid getting beaten up?
Change your ugly face, you shit.
But its true magic, however, lies in predicting your needs before you ask, drawing from the intriguing and sometimes bizarre queries people have entered into the world's biggest search engine. So, compiled for you today are some of the most amusing autocomplete suggestions on Google search bar.
Nice.
So, the search here is, when I jump,
I'm called Spring-heeled Jack.
Well, yeah, good idea, actually. Yeah. I mean, bad.
Bad idea.
Suggestions were, when I jump, I get a headache. Fair enough.
Bit weird.
When I jump in a moving bus. Whatever. And the suggestions then became, when I jump, I pee.
Okay.
When I jump, I pee a little. When I jump, I wet myself. When I jump, I pee my pants.
What?
So I can only imagine incontinence seems to be a bit of a common issue.
Yeah, a bit of a jumpy issue.
Yeah, so maybe Spring-Heeled Jack, that's what made him retire.
Maybe, yeah. Got a little old, started pissing himself every time he tried.
They're like, everyone's like, it's fucking not meant to rain today.
Raining? Oh, it's salty. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's getting foggy as well.
It's fucking pissing Fanta.
God.
The next one. The search is, help, I accidentally, with suggestions saying, help, I accidentally built a nuke.
Oh, right.
Help, I accidentally ate a helicopter. And help, I accidentally invaded Poland.
Oh, my God. We're back to Hitler.
Like, I'm not making this up. This is genuine.
These are real.
Another one is, you smell like, with the suggestions of, you smell like poo, yeah, amateur, immature, yeah, whatever. You smell like cheese. You smell like Christmas, whatever that really means. You smell like Apollo.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that means. Don't know if it means the mint or some sort of new top.
Or the game, the sport, you know, maybe saying smell like horses.
Maybe. And the biggie, however, is you smell like a baby prostitute.
What?
Right, so I later did a little bit of questioning on this, and apparently, according to Urban Dictionary, a baby prostitute is a young girl who's not old enough to be a slut, but she is one.
For fucking hell, man.
Apparently. So, you know, hey, these are search terms. People have been searching, it's not me.
Clear your browser history, burn the computer, and move house. Fucking hell.
Yeah, okay, another one. The search is, I like to... So you got your normals. I like to teach the world to sing. I like to think.
Oh.
I like to tape my fingers together.
Okay.
I like to think of Jesus as a mischievous badger. I don't know what it means.
I love that. Oh, it's brilliant. That's my favourite so far. Mischievous badger, just like twiddling his little fingers, looking side to side with a cheeky grin.
Occasionally he pops it going, mushroom, mushroom. Oh, God. Another one. The search is it wrong to?
Oh, my God. I don't know where this one's going already.
There's quite a few here. The suggestions were, oh, no. Is it wrong to sleep with your mother? Is it wrong to sleep with your dog? Is it wrong to sleep with your teacher?
Fucking hell.
Is it wrong to sleep with your cousin? Is it wrong to sleep with your mum? Is it wrong to eat meat?
I'll put that in at the end.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Do you think that must have been like a euphemism for something, you know, like they've got all those and then just at the bottom it's like, oh, that seems innocuous, but what they're actually talking about is, you know what I mean. I'm doing the action here, but you can't see me.
Yeah, you're thinking of that as a euphemism, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes.
Brilliant. And also it got me thinking on a very separate topic, really. In any instance where you have to ask, is it wrong? It probably indicates that, yes,
it is wrong. Yeah.
It got me thinking too. It's like when people say, I'm not being racist, but...
Yes, that implies that a racist remark is about to come out of your mouth.
Exactly. If you have to say that, it probably is.
Yeah.
The next search is, why is there a... With the suggestions being, why is there a light in the fridge and not in the freezer? Fair question. Quite valid, actually. Why is there a World Cup? Also, fair question. I also ask myself this many times when my wife is screaming at the TV during football season.
Yep.
But alas.
Actually, when your wife babysat my youngest the other day...
Oh, no.
I came home, and for the first time in my maybe 6 or 7 years in this house, football was on my TV, and I was disgusted.
Oh, no.
I was like, it's tainted. Take it out, burn it, new TV.
What you didn't realise as well is that She subscribed on the Sky channel as well.
Yeah, she's like, oh shit, I can't watch it. I'll just have to enter the pin. Somehow she knew it. Guessed it, I guess.
Just all the 4 zeros, isn't it? Discontinue the kids. We don't need that.
Yeah, no one needs them. They're in bed anyway.
But back to this. Why is there a dead Pakistani on my couch?
What?
I know.
Right, I have to ask. I was going to save this question for the end, but I have to ask. Right,
Okay,
am I
go on.
right in thinking that these are suggested search terms because they have been repeatedly searched for by multiple people?
Yes, I believe so.
So it's like the algorithm thinks a lot of people are searching for this when they type in that. I'll see if that's what they want to search and I'll autofill it for them.
Exactly.
So who the fuck is searching these things?
Maybe a neglectful housekeeper.
Mate, your guess is as good as mine.
Or someone with a lack of consideration for the guests. The list is endless, really. Another one is pickles are, with the search suggestion being simply, pickles are destroying my life. What? Okay.
Attacking your house.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Sieging.
Jack the Pickle.
If it's in London, that's what they call them, innit? Pickle Jack.
Another search is, can a human, with the suggestions being, can a human get a dog pregnant?
Oh my God. I don't want to know what that person was thinking of doing.
Can a human get an animal pregnant? Can a human get fleas?
That's a valid one, I guess.
Can a human mate with an ape?
Fucking hell.
Can a human survive on grass? So I'll just chime in as well, because whether dog, monkey, ape, or any miscellaneous, you shouldn't try.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that.
Bestiality is not okay, people.
That is right. I have that on numerous T-shirts.
We should sell that as a T-shirt.
God, imagine you taking that to the printer. Hey, remember me?
They'd probably take one look at it. Look at me, we're like, it's not?
Another search is, why does my... with the suggestions being... it's just so bad. Why does my dad turn me on?
What, man? What the fuck? Are these real, right? Are these...
I swear, I'm not making this up.
Are these like screenshotted, or like did you type any of the first 2 words in to see if that's like actually what comes up?
I have to. Yes, I have done. Not on all of them, I'll be honest. Some of them are screenshots, but
You researched.
I am 100% believing this.
Fucking hell. Okay. Was that one answered, by the way? Because I kind of need to know.
Especially when he's got a beautiful radio voice.
Oh yeah.
Why does my daughter keep getting worms? Why does my daughter lie so much?
That's a valid one.
Why does my dad fart so much?
Another one I need help for as well.
Why does my daughter keep getting pneumonia? Why does my dad call me fat?
I'm not gonna even speculate the reason.
Penultimate one. The search is old people. The suggestions begin as old people birthday jokes, which, yeah, fair enough, like
Yeah,
humour.
fair enough, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Old people benefits.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Old people big ears. This is a bit mean.
A bit cruel.
Old people are bad drivers. Yeah, okay, so getting a bit meaner.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, simply, old people burning.
What? That might have been my search term from when I did the spontaneous human combustion segment.
Possibly, yeah. You just did it on about 50,000 computers.
Yeah.
So these just confuse me, because it's like as if Google is thinking, what's that? Old people. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Fucking burning.
Yeah, you'd think they'd maybe have some programming in there which could look through the suggested autofill searches and maybe just think, that's a bit stupid, I'll take that one out.
You would think so.
And if people want to search it, they can complete the fucking sentence themselves.
Yeah. But I mean, if anyone from Google is listening, please let us know why.
Oh yeah, absolutely, please. Imagine the CEO just tuning into us every week.
It's like, oh, well, I'm glad this has been brought to my attention.
Yeah, I'll sort that right now.
I will make them look like right liars. Final one, and it's my favourite, slightly geeky one, but I think you'll know exactly why it's my favourite.
Okay.
So the search is simply you, with the suggestions being YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Absolutely.
You just got owned. Yeah, old saying. Fair enough.
Yep.
You just keep me hanging on, a song lyric. Okay, yeah, fine.
Delicious.
But the top result, you just lost the game.
Oh, God, no.
It's happened.
Do you know what that's referring to?
Yeah. So, in case anyone else isn't aware, it used to be an old stupid idea where the aim of the game is to not think about the game.
Yeah.
So, if you think about the game, you lose. So it used to be a bit of a dig to like friends, like I guess like in school times where you're like, hey, you've just lost the game, and it's just like, oh, you fucking reset the counter again.
Yep.
And it's exactly that. So 4 characters clicked into Google and you've lost.
You've lost, yeah. You've just done it to me. I've been playing this game with a friend who now lives in London for the last 15 years. It all started when he said to me, do you want to play a game? I was like, yeah, go on. He's like, no, actually, I'd probably best not to because it will never end. I was like, well, what is it? He was like, I can't tell you. I was like,
Getting intrigued now.
Yeah, the seed was planted. I was like, just fucking tell me. He's like, all right. And then he explained the rules, like it's a game. As soon as you think about the game, you lose the game. And you never stop playing. There's no winner.
Yes.
And I was like, and then every so often, I'll just get a text message saying, still playing the game, mate? And I'm like, yeah, shit, that means that he's lost. And you just fucking reminded me, so now I have to text him.
Oh,
so thanks for that.
Just started a whole new wave of the game.
You have.
Oh, dear. I can only apologise.
It's been a long time since one's happened as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm slightly pleased to bring that back to fruition.
Bastard.
I'm just now slightly above Jack the Dickhead.
Yeah.
Springy Jack.
You're only one better.
So there you go, yeah. Some of Google's very weird and strange auto search suggestions.
Did you try this yourself with any of us? Like put like my first name into Google and see if anything funny pops up in your name?
You know what? I never did. I should have done that.
I'll tell you what, there's some homework for you, Jordan. Do that for next week.
Okay. Get a deal. Okay.
And like maybe like try it with 2 guys. Any listeners, if you want to send us your name and we can see what yours. I mean, you can probably do it yourself. You might have a computer, maybe a phone if you listen to this.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I've actually just searched 2 guys right now, and it says,
"Oh God,
2 guys kissing meme."
That is us, yeah.
And 2 guys pizza.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good though, actually.
You got me hungry now as well. I wouldn't mind some pizza.
Yeah, awesome kissing.
Awesome kissing, yeah.
While eating pizza.
Yeah.
It'd be like Lady and the Tramp.
I'll just cut the middleman out and kiss the pizza.
Yep. Oh, lovely, yeah.
Why not?
There's like a little hole in the bottom of the box.
Like a shit version of the Pringles.
Yeah! Lucky that the box is only about an inch.
It just barely breaks through to the cheese. And gets burnt on the end. It's covered by a pepperoni.
Oh, yeah, cheesy.
Go, grim. Anyway, my old pal, thank you very much for that. I loved them. They were very good. Very fucking eye-opening to what the majority of people who use Google search for.
Yeah, that's maybe the slightly darker side of the internet, shall we say.
Well, it's the majority, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway, my old pal, does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode?
I think it better had to.
Probably best to, yeah. Well, fantastic. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of 2 Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to Google, ask them to search their name, see what absolute insane autocorrect suggestion it brings up, and send it to us. And then, while you're on the internet, show them 2 Guys What's Up, because they might absolutely just fucking love it.
Yeah, perfect. And that could become the new thing that's searched.
Yeah.
If you would like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your 2 Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own 2 Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to go on a guided tour around my house and see the place where I do all my Google searches? Click the link.
That is Ian's bedroom. Want to get some springs installed in your heels? Click that link.
And don't forget, we now have Patreon, where you can find all of your 2 Guys What's Up extras, including pin badges, shout-outs, t-shirts, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and gorgeous voices, well, now you can get more, because we now release bonus episodes, which come out on the last Friday of every month. There is currently 7 just sitting there, waiting for your ears to just go and have a little roll around in that audio goodness. And all that is available now, starting with the bonus episodes at just £3 a month.
So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/2guyswhatsup to check out all the goodies over there. The link will of course be down below for your clicking pleasure.
But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best way to do that for us, and we would be eternally grateful.
We would indeed.
But on that note, thanks for listening, guys. Have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. Bye-bye. And, you know, it might have just, through the years, I mean, it was what, like... The f*** was that?
That was me, sorry.
You tried to spring out of your bedroom, hit your ceiling. He's on to me!
These shoes still work.